Hello and welcome to MXAM Extra. That was too much effort for that whole intro.
Yeah, I thought
we do lay back on this show. This show's hey, we're cool kids and we're calm and collected and we're talking about video games. I'm one of your hosts, MC Fixer, alongside the one and only Matt P Video.
What's up, chill MC Fixer?
Is that my name? Chill MC Fixer. I feel like I'm the evil boss in a video game where they've like got an alternative version, like evil MC Fixer.
Oh, like doing my
MC
Xbox
Fixer.
Extra is like your second phase of like a Dark Souls boss. I like it.
Exactly. And of course, the one and only, the calm, cool, and collected Despawn.
Yo.
Can you believe we made this into content?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, you guys really should expect more from us. I feel really bad.
What is that?
Oh.
Well, I haven't got the extra tab open right now, so I'm just opening it, that's how we go. Hey, if you don't know, this is MXAM Extra, our extra show. This is episode 11, I believe. You might be thinking, you've missed a couple of weeks. Where the hell you been?
Shut up.
We just didn't. There just weren't enough news, to be honest with you.
It's an extra show. Do you know what I mean? Sometimes you're gonna get it, sometimes you ain't, I guess.
Yeah, that's the truth. That's the truth. Things to promote real quick. Come follow us over on Twitch. Come follow us over on YouTube. And of course, feedback is always welcome. If there's something you'd like to see us do, talk about, hit us up on the Discord or my Xbox and Me podcast at gmail.com. Shout out to Aaron God, our Patreon producer, as always, keeping the show on the road. Boys, we ain't done this in a while. What's been in your box? Despawn, we'll start with you. What you been playing, dude?
Democracy. Managed democracy. I'm back on my Helldivers.
Huh?
No. I'm back on my Helldivers. I kind of dropped off for a bit because I was too busy, but I found some free time last week and I was very much like, you know what? I've kind of been following the story of Helldivers. Like, they're really good at telling like their story and like updates and things like that. It's not like an actual story, but like the world, like the world story that they're telling is really good. So recently, all of the Helldivers beat back the automatons, which was fantastic. Yeah, they wiped them out. Right? Yeah, they're back with a vengeance. So yeah, the major orders are in. We are trying to take back the automaton homeworld, and yeah, I'm having so much fun like getting back into that. And feeling like I'm actually making an effort and, an impact on the world. It's been a ton of fun. Yeah, I jumped in with a couple of people and, yeah, loving it.
Impact on the world, Man said it like it was the real world.
Well, the world...
people play Helldivers, man.
All right, sorry. An impact on the super world, super ethanol.
As a nerd who role plays once a week, once a week, 5 days a week, I got you.
You shut your traitorous mouth.
Yeah, sorry, I left the army. I'm sorry, sir. Fouled this unauthorized discharge from me in the Helldivers. I wish that game would have got me more. I enjoyed what I played of it. Like, it was I enjoyed my time with it, but just not to the same level as what other people did. Very clearly.
I get that.
Matt, what have you been playing?
So I haven't been on for a long time. We haven't talked about it for a long time. So if I go back a couple of weeks. Still juggling Final Fantasy VII and Dragon's Dogma. Dragon's Dogma, I wasn't too hot on when I first kind of played it pre-release and stuff. But I said, like, I could see the potential of that game. I could see that game hooking me, and then it very much did. And it's pretty fucking brilliant. Like, the chaos, the emergent chaos in that world is so entertaining. It's so fun. And when you unlock some of those later classes or vocations as they're called, the combat gets really, really, really good and really, really fun. I do think it's a slow starting game. I can see why a lot of people would have bounced off of it, but it's a really great game, and I think it probably makes top 10 of the year for me. But yeah, I need to get back to Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, you do. Weird thing for me is I am the exact opposite with you, that you are on Dragon's Dogma, in so much as like I fell in love with that game, and then the more I played it, the less I liked it.
Really?
And now I'm at a point I'm pretty sure I'm super close to the end, and I've had I mean, I have to. Yeah, I'm definitely going to finish it, but like, I'm not excited to. Like,
what I would say is I do think the story is terrible. The story missions are terrible, even when it's like, hey, you've got to sneak into this castle and up here, and then you go, well, there are no stealth mechanics in this game, so I can just walk past the guards. Yeah, you can do that if you want. They're not going to stop you. Okay, great.
Yeah.
I think there's one mission where I got arrested because I was somewhere I wasn't supposed to be. But there's no stealth mechanic. There's nothing to it.
Nope.
Which is a really real shame. If you're going to lean in and tell me I need to sneak somewhere, make it possible to do that.
Yeah. I think for me as well, that exact mission that you're talking about of like, I think it's the first major city that you get to where everyone lives, and it's like, do that same mission 4 times just for different reasons.
Kinda, yeah.
It's like, what? Why?
Yeah.
Like,
for me, the combat and the gameplay and, like I said, the chaos outside of the main story is the drive. Because the main critical path is dull, for sure.
Yeah. My problem again though is with that is I think I'm like coming up on level 60 maybe, and everything feels like a sponge, like just damage sponge. Like I don't feel like, and I've unlocked some of the best vocations in the game. In fact, I think I've unlocked them all. And even using some of the best ones in the game, I feel like I'm spending way too long in fights when I should be feeling like a badass, when half the time I feel like it's a battle of attrition. And it just kind of like takes me out of it a little bit. Like if fights were like half as long as they are, I'd probably enjoy them a bit more. But it's just like the variety gets really thin really fast. Like it feels
I've been feeling that a little bit, yeah.
Yeah, it's like there are 3 or 4 large size baddies or enemies, I guess as adults call them. And it very much feels like there are variations of those, like maybe some are wearing armor, some are holding a different weapon, but it is the same 3 or 4 bad guys. And then the smaller ones are different skinned versions of lizards or a different colored ghost. And that's about it. And then like I say, it's just too many like small performance issues and like bugs and stuff that I've had, a couple of hard crashes, which haven't set me back far, but because the autosave is very good at that. But it is very much like, okay, cool. Enough to take me out of the game. Yeah, for sure.
Fair enough. Yeah, bro, I haven't started Dragon's Dogma. I have it. Still haven't started it. I've been playing a little game. You may have heard of it. It's called Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I've done this weird thing where obviously I was playing Final Fantasy Rebirth really hard, and then really hard for me, which means 8 hours a day on stream. That's what really hard means, right? But that's only 4 days a week usually. So, whatever. And then I've just fallen off a cliff with it, where I'm not. It's not that I think the game's bad, because I don't. There was one area that I really hated, and I finally figured it out. But after I'd figured it out, I was like, I need to just leave this alone for a second. Which you know what area that is, Despawn.
Got the mushrooms.
Gonga, that one, I think it is.
Gonga.
Is it essentially a poison swamp?
No, unfortunately. I wish. The poison swamps are actually fun. No, it's just the way you traverse the island that you're on, I guess. Is you have these I don't know how do I even explain them?
Basically,
I guess.
Yeah. No,
I'm not about that part, not the mushroom one. I haven't even got back to the mushrooms yet.
All right, yeah,
got back to that.
Yeah, you're on about Cosmo Canyon. Yeah, which is very much like it's a desert area where, because not really spoilers, it's in the trailer and stuff, but each area, the chocobos in the game do a different ability.
Yeah.
And in this area, they can fly or glide.
I was gonna say they definitely can't fly, motherfuckers. No. It does that thing where it has invisible walls as well. So like,
love that.
Where you feel like you could glide to a certain area, and it's just like, nope, nope. But you're like, I hate you. So yeah, I stopped playing that. I'm gonna get back to it. Obviously, it's either 1 or 2 on my game of the year list, along with the game that I'm also playing, which is Like a Dragon. Which they are not games you should play back to back, and that is 2 large RPGs. It's a lot. It's a lot, but. I played just before we came on the podcast. Actually, I put about another 3.5 hours into Like a Dragon. Playing it downstairs now on the big TV,
Nice.
laid back, relaxed, enjoying it a lot more. I'm finally doing main story stuff as well. So people might be like, "You've got I had 25 hours into that game without getting out of chapter 3."
Yeah.
So I've just unlocked Doki Doki Island. Couldn't give 2 shits. Could not give 2 shits about this island. Did what I needed to do and got the fuck off that island. Let me tell you, Matt. I was gone. There was a dolphin. It was like, "Would you like to leave?" I was like, "Yes, please, sir." Jumped on its back and got the fuck out of there. Was not interested. No, not interested. What I will say is, that's a whole game right there in itself.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that is a game within a game, to me, fucking wild.
Yeah.
Like,
one thing, yeah.
Haley was watching me play, and she's like, "I'd like to play just that. Like, can I have just that?" And I was like, "No, it's like this whole thing."
What
She's
you
like,
should do is you should get to a point where you're not playing the game, give her the login for wherever you're playing it, and let her just do Dundoko for you.
Nah.
Because it's such a good money spinner.
Oh, is that what? Oh, is that why I came out of? That makes so much more sense. I'd come back and was like, "Why have I got 11 grand?"
Mm-hmm. So every
and
time
I
you
buy all these weapons and shit, and I was like, "Oh, I must," because I've been playing it while we've been watching TV as well with no volume on, but just running around like beating people
doing
up
stuff,
and, like, getting into fights and stuff. And I was like, "Oh, I must have earned all." No, it's like fucking Doki Donkey Donk Donk Ding Donk 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 Island.
Yep.
Fuck.
So yeah, every time you level up the island, you just get a massive payout.
Shit, I'm gonna have to do it then.
Yeah.
Because there's that weapons that I already want that I can't afford right now.
I mean, I'll tell you, you don't have to do the entire thing. I think I got to like 3 stars and I had more
That's
than
what
enough.
Stead said. Stead just finished the game. He was in my chat when I played it last, and he was like, "I got to 3 stars," and was like, "No, I'm good." So you can probably do that as well, dude. I was like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah.
So I'll probably end up doing that. But yeah, I just want to say, I think Like a Dragon, if you've not played it, you are missing out on probably the best game this year. And I truly believe that. It has the best balance between a serious story and a fuck around with your mates type vibe story as well. I've just gotten to a portion where I'm seeing old characters from the previous game who have just turned up, and I'm like, "Oh, cool. Now I'm getting the party system. I get to pick who I want and stuff like that." And again, that's like 40 hours in.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the biggest problem with this game. My biggest problem with this game is my 2 biggest problems are, number 1, everything is not VO'd. I understand why it's not. It's a Yakuza staple. I do get it, but there's certain dialogue that I want to be VO'd that isn't. That I end up I read it, but I'm not taking it in. That's what happens when I read things, unfortunately. So I'm missing out on some nuance of some of the storylines that are quite important. And not only that, I wish the side quests were quicker. I do feel like side quests are very much interact with side quests, then go to next space and do side quest, which I like sometimes, but sometimes it's just so long. Bro, like the cutscene I was just in, or this weren't for a side quest, this is for a main quest. Haley was like, "Is this cutscene still going?" I'm like, "Haley, it might as well be a film, mate." Like the length of cutscenes for this game are crazy. I think it's like 2 hours per chapter. And like that's got to be 45 minutes of cutscenes. It feels like it might not be, but it feels like it.
I don't think it's that.
Isn't, but it feels like it.
There's a lot. I think there's a lot of cutscenes in there.
I went downstairs, put on a heated blanket, fell asleep during a cutscene. Woke up, the cutscene was still going.
Nice.
I wasn't happy that I fell asleep.
No,
I had to go on YouTube and watch the cutscene again. But that did happen.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I think I talked again, go check out the YouTube for my review of it. But I agree that some of the cutscenes can be quite long, but I do like the fact that it doesn't make you do every single thing. It only makes you do it. Well, it does, but it only makes you do it once. Every side quest has like its own little tree that you can go off on and do like 3 or 4 or 5 or however many you want to do with it. The Sujimon one is a good example of like you don't have to do any of it.
So, I fucked up with Sujimon.
Oh
so
god!
I ran around killing fighting all the trainers, not realizing they don't disappear.
Yeah.
So I did all the bronzes, thinking, I've done bronze now. I can go on to silver.
Nope.
I was like, wait, I've done that one, and I realized I've done it like 4 times.
Yeah. So
I noticed.
Yeah, so you have to beat them to a certain level and then beat up the main leader of that level and then move on from there and do it again and again. But yeah, you don't have
very quickly.
You don't have to.
You don't have to do that at all.
Yeah. You don't have to do any of it. And I think that's what makes that game so good is that you can literally just touch like the first side quest and go like, cool, I like this. I'll do more of it. Or it's like, this isn't for me. I'm going to carry on with the story.
Yeah. Well, I did that with the what's the CAM one? Not the CAM one, the racing one, the Crazy Taxi one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, same.
I was like, not for me.
Yeah,
I'm not interested in this at all, so I'm not gonna do this again, and just left it. But yeah, I do honestly think that game. You hear a lot of people being like, the mini game in Final Fantasy, the mini games in Final Fantasy. Mini games in Final Fantasy are really good, but they got nothing on Like a Dragon, in my opinion.
Yeah, this is again coming from me. Spoilers for Game of the Year talk at the end of the year, which you'll all have forgot by then. Final Fantasy is not winning my Game of the Year. Not when Infinite Wealth exists.
No, I agree. So far, I agree. I'll have to wait until I finish both, and maybe that will change. But yeah, Matt, you've not played it yet, right?
No. But the combat system is the thing that excites me about it, and like you're talking about, like the more humorous tone, and stuff like that. Like it has me more excited. And you know, I said this was a year that I was going to give these games a real shot. These JRPGs. I want to finish Remake, and then I think I'll go Infinite Wealth, and I'll chip away Infinite Wealth, and then I think I'll hit Rebirth probably next year. Honestly,
I think end of the year. I think that maybe Rebirth. If you can get through Remake, if you can hit Rebirth in like December before we do Game of the Year talk, I think that would be good.
Yeah,
I think that'd be good.
Having gone through as much of Remake as I've gone through, like I can't imagine Rebirth will be on my list of Game of the Year discussion.
Different game though.
Yeah, it is a very different game.
Very different game.
Sure. Maybe I'll change my mind.
Yeah, very, very, very different game. But yeah, maybe not. But yeah, no, honestly, I can't talk enough good stuff about Infinite Wealth. Honestly, I'd rather not be talking to you guys right now and be there playing it, if I'm being totally honest with you. I can't. Hades back at work tomorrow, and I think I'm just gonna sit downstairs tonight and
just play
for hours and just wake up whenever I wake up tomorrow, and then pretend to enjoy a roleplay.
I'll just take the day off. It's fine.
Can't. I don't have a UB contract no more. I have to work now.
True. One more game I did play. I finally got access. I think we all got access to the Once Human beta.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. We all got codes. Yeah.
So it's a game. I've put about 4 or 5 hours into that now.
Doing what?
Exploring the open world, shooting horrible monsters, building my base. There's a ton of stuff.
It sounds like a me game.
It is very like it's got the aesthetic of like a Control-esque like monsters and stuff like that, and Alan Wake-ish vibe to it. It's very like it leads into that kind of like, the kind of like otherworldly nightmares, monsters kind of thing. But then it's also got like a lot of base building mechanics with like an open world MMO. Like you'll see people running around in your world.
It's PvP as well, right?
So they have PvP and PvE servers, which they're both like they're completely separate servers. So if you want to do PvP, you can, but if you just want to do PvE, you can also do that.
They don't have a mix. There's not a mix.
No, not in the beta. I don't know if it's going to be something they'll introduce. Really?
I thought it was kind of like Rust, like ish, like a little bit of PvE, a little bit of PvP, and then you go and raid people and shit like that. That's what I thought it was.
I don't know how they handle the PvP because again, I'm not a PvP kind of player in those kind of games. I'm very much like I like my PvE side stuff. So somebody else would have to comment on that. But personally, right now, like. It's a beta. It's janky. There is a lot of jank to it. But the concept that they've got going and the loop and everything like that, I'm enjoying it. I've just got to the point where I've not done it yet, but I've got to the point where I've unlocked the first world boss. which I'm going to go fight. So I'm very interested in that. There was a couple of really cool moments that I got while I was just playing in the open world where a giant 20-foot monster crawled out of a TV screen and came to attack me.
Oh, cool.
And it's just like an instance thing in the world where it just pops out of nowhere and starts attacking you. But it does it in a really cool way. Like this TV started flashing in like an auditorium area. And all of a sudden, like this big horrible monster started crawling out of the screen like it's a 20-foot version of The Ring. And then it just starts like it's taller than buildings. So you're using buildings as cover to try and get around and away from it, like because the buildings are open as well, so you can like go into the building and run out the other side, spin round, shoot its like glowing weak points, and like try and take it down. Yeah, like I said, I'm really enjoying it. I am interested to see what else is in there as I get further into it. But again, like I said, I'm only like 4 or 5 hours in. But so far, I feel like there's scope for there to be something really good here. And I just want to see more. Matt is very much like he hates it. I can see it in his eyes. Matt's in pain as he hears me talk about this.
I think like I tried Nightingale for like 2 hours. I tried Once Human for like an hour. I was just like,
they're not your type of games, though, are they?
Well, I mean, Valheim I really enjoyed. Like I think there's room for it. I felt like Once Human, there was so much noise. Like, build this thing. What is it? Don't matter. Build this thing. Go build that thing. Do this. And everybody, you put down your like home base, and it like cordons off an area for you. But everybody does that. So you're constantly just running past everybody's shabby little shacks and weird shit. And then you can't build in their area. They've claimed that area. Like, if like you say, it's janky, it's a beta, I get it. I think the creature design, the monster design is fucking awesome. Like everything I was running into this, I was like, this is cool. I never felt threatened. And look, I didn't play the game for very long, but the AI was just like terrible. Like there's no chance I'm dying in that game ever, as far as I'm concerned, but maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah, but, there is definitely moments where you will feel the threat later on.
Okay.
So
I'm never going back to it. It did not hook me in the first like couple of hours. It just felt like a very bland survival game to me. Maybe I'm wrong.
I will say the intro to the game is very slow, but it also tries to give you a lot of information at the same time.
For sure.
But once you get into that open world and it's like you've got a set path of missions to go on, I feel like it kind of gets into its own stride a bit better.
Yeah, but I kind of felt that like that's what I was doing, and then seeing cool stuff and being like, oh, I can't take that on, or whatever, like. But I don't know. We're just getting a lot of these types of games lately, right? I don't know how to differentiate them.
We're in a weird place right now with gaming, if I'm honest. And someone, I don't know if it was you that said it in my chat, Despawn, but someone said it in my chat, like, if we're getting the games that were delayed
for sure
through COVID right now that are coming out now. And so that's pushed back a lot of other games, obviously, that are now late. Yeah. And yeah, I agree. I'm very much behind right now compared to the boys. Probably not Crash, just to be honest. That guy don't beat games, which is problematic. Do you think it's problematic or not? What do you think?
No, I don't.
No.
You don't?
I think Crash is an incredibly well-educated gamer. Like I value his opinion on games, kind of regardless of how much of the game he's played.
Interesting.
Well, yeah, maybe that's a bit hyperbolic, but like,
on this podcast,
don't worry.
No, it's fine.
Also, he's going to be very honest, right? If
that's true.
Like, he won't bag on a game like I just did with Once Human after playing 2 hours. He'll go, I only played 2 hours and I'm not educated enough to talk about it.
Yeah,
that's true. Unlike me, game shit. No, I'm joking. But like,
unlike me, Matt's a bitch.
Yeah, like I think Crash is just a very well experienced and well-rounded gamer to the point where like. Yeah,
he knows what he likes.
He has an opinion on a game. Yeah, and he knows what he likes. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And so, like, just because you didn't finish the thing, Elden Ring ended up in your top 10 games of the year, and you played about half an hour of it. So
I played about 10 hours. Dickheads.
Question.
I hate
We're in
you all.
my
don't-
Xbox
hey,
me
whoa.
extra. We're
Look at
chill.
me,
We're more
dickhead.
casual.
Yeah.
How
Oh,
much is it going to mess up the stream right now if I lower my desk and have a sit down?
No, sit down. You're good.
As long as the camera's there,
I don't
you're fine.
give two craps. I don't give two craps what you do. Sit down, man. So yeah, I just feel like we're in a weird place with gaming. To be honest with you, like I feel like I should be very much behind on my backlog considering I have been slow with beating these two big RPGs, and I'm not. Like I look at what's coming out, I'm like, okay, what have I missed? I missed South Park. Did it really make a? It didn't really make a big.
God no.
A big
land.
a big land of really did it, and then I'm looking across the board of what's coming out like this month. I'm like, okay, what is there to look forward to this month? And I'm like, nothing. Like there's nothing that I've missed. I feel like I need to go back and play WWE. Still a Blade, yeah.
Another Crab's Treasure.
Not for me.
But straight into Game Pass. You know, it's
Cool.
it's their version of Baby's First Souls-like.
Maybe
That's
I'll
how they
try it
kind of
because
pitch
you
it.
guys will talk about it, so I'm able to talk about it. But like I'm looking, like you got another Crab's Treasure, Homeworld 3, Destiny 2 Final Shape, Star Wars Outlaws, Fantasy Life.
Star Wars Outlaws this month? I didn't know that.
No, not this month.
No.
This is just games coming.
right.
Stellar Blade, Hellblade 2, Elden Ring expansion I won't play, Frostpunk 2, Stalker 2, Warhammer. Like of these games that I'm looking at, I'm like, okay, Black Myth, I'll check out because I know the conversation around that is going to be huge. Hellblade, obviously, I'll check out. Stellar Blade, I'll check out maybe if I get offered the code, maybe, and that probably won't be happening. So probably be one that I miss. Not my type of game anyway.
Were you not interested in like Rise of the Ronin?
I've got
Involved?
Rise of the Ronin.
And are you interested in it?
You guys didn't talk about it like that. Like it's a co-op game, and everyone like, I was down to play it co-op with everyone, and like everyone just went, "Oh, this ain't very good," or "This is okay." It's sort of what I got from everyone was like, "Oh, it's okay," and you guys were hype on it.
Well, I mean, I didn't play it. I wasn't. I mean, I'll try and get to it this year, maybe. But like you say, the conversation wasn't like, "Oh, game of the year contender, let's go."
No, yeah.
And if that isn't the case, if it passes me by, typically it'll just pass me by.
Yeah.
I don't know what's happened to me, but I seem to be the RPG guy at the moment. So like I've got a game which I can't talk about because this will be out before the embargo, but I've got one game that's an RPG that I've been told is about 100 hours to do. Fuck yeah. I've got another one that I've got coming up that I need to do as well. I still haven't done Persona. I haven't finished that yet.
Oh yeah. No, I've got one game that I'm interested in this year. Top Spin. The new Top Spin game comes out. The new tennis game. I love tennis games.
Yeah.
No,
Okay.
you're pulling faces, but we haven't had a good tennis game in fucking years. Virtual Tennis died, and so did Top Spin. So seeing Top Spin come back and 2K have it in its hands, I'm actually very excited for that.
Okay.
It is.
Yeah. Yeah. But anything else, I'm kind of like,
No Rest for the Wicked launched into early access.
Still Wakes the Deep as well soon.
Still Wakes the Deep, June.
That one I'm excited for.
I don't think
Horror game
2024
fix.
will go down as a great year in gaming,
I agree.
like 2023 did. But I do think it will be a good year for Game Pass.
That'd be a great year.
Yeah, Game Pass always
I
has
think
a
it'll be
good
good
year
year.
though. Like what's when I'm looking at May now, right? Like I'm Formula One. I'm looking forward to. What else is in here? I'm like,
I mean, in a sense, it like Hellblade actually stands a chance of getting some
Game of the Years. I mean, I doubt it because Final Fantasy, to be honest with you. And
At least in the conversation, like in 2023, if it had come out, it wouldn't have even got close to in the conversation.
that's true.
But
think
at least
it'll
this year,
be-
maybe it's a top fiver.
I could see it being nominated, but yeah, like I say, Infinite Wealth, Final Fantasy. It's going to be a hard run.
Year
Like
of the JRPG.
unless they land fully, like yeah. Even then, like you get 100 hours of gameplay out of both Infinite Wealth and Final Fantasy compared to the 6 to 8 we've been promised.
Have they actually said that 6 to 8? I thought it was longer than that.
They said that you should be expecting you enjoy short games. So I feel like they're very much putting people's expectations to be ready
Around that, yeah.
and right. So
yeah, they've kind of promised around the same size as the previous one, which I think was about 8 to 10
Yeah,
ish.
Yeah.
Which I'm fine with. Like, God, please, after playing multiple 100-hour games in a row, give me a single-digit game to play.
I agree. I'm fine with it. It's taken them a fucking long time to get there.
Yeah.
I mean, good things come to those who wait, right?
Sure, I'm down. I'm ready for it. My body is ready.
Like, again,
ready.
Are your thumbs though? Because that's what you're going to be using.
Yeah, I'm the only one who's just not that into this year for gaming.
I agree.
Like,
Don't think it's going to be a standout year.
I think we had it's weird. Like we had a really good start, and then after that, it's been very much like, what's next? A couple of good ones, but nothing to the caliber of last year. And I think, yeah, that's fine. Not every year has to be a banger year.
Prince of Persia.
Prince of Persia,
great.
Infinite Wealth, Tekken.
Infinite Wealth.
I had good things.
We haven't spoken about that new Prince of Persia game that got announced. That's coming into early access.
We spoke about the rumors. About what's it called again?
The Rogue Prince of Persia.
That is correct.
I will openly say that I hate the art style.
Really?
I love the art style.
I like it. I like it a lot.
Cool.
Why'd you hate it?
I just don't like it. Just doesn't look very. It's not appealing on the eye to me. From what I saw from the trailer,
I think it's a completely bizarre strategy to allow two side-scrolling Prince of Persia games that are unconnected to come out within the first quarter or first half of this year. It just seems
early access though.
Yeah,
such a different audience. It's such a different audience compared to compared to like this game's gonna get the Dead Cell fans where I'm not playing this. Like I have no interest, and I love the new Crown. I'm now seeing the art style, especially. I'm like, I'm good.
No, I'm 100% here for this one.
This isn't a game that's designed for Ubisoft fans.
No, I could agree with that. Yeah, I think there'll be crossover, but again, it's not like the hardcore Ubisoft audience. It is very much the Dead Cells audience that will very much love this game, and then there'll be some that want more Prince of Persia.
It just feels brand damaging to me to go and confusing. Maybe more confusing than damaging, but damaging maybe a bit harsh. But to be like, hey, we're going in a new direction with Prince of Persia. Here is the Lost Crown. Loads of kind of hype and loads of marketing behind it. Great. Comes out, great reviews. We know it didn't sell well. And then immediately be like, here's another sneaky little Prince of Persia game. Totally different, totally separate, not the same thing. What are we doing with this franchise?
It's like, just throw everything at the wall and see what sticks.
Maybe, but like they're not even different enough for that to be the case.
No, true.
You're just confusing people with this.
Yeah, I guess.
Like your average person doesn't know that these aren't made by the same team.
Agreed.
Side-scrolling Prince of Persia game.
I don't think this is not for a casual though.
This is very much for an indie market.
Persia should be for casuals. But I agree. I don't think either game are for casuals really.
No, I think Lost Crown. Yeah, Lost Crown was very casual. That's why I liked it.
In what sense do you think it was casual, quote unquote?
It's a side scroller that if you're into sides, it's a side scroller Metroidvania, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think Metroidvanias are for casuals, but this game felt very like the photo mechanic and things like that. It's like it took all of the stress out of that game for me. Where it was like, hey, we're going to make a game in this style, but we're going to make it more, which I think the photo mechanic was fantastic, by the way. We're going to make it more
accessible.
Thank you, was the word I was looking for. Accessible to someone who may not have played a Metroidvania before. And if they had, they're still going to get a lot out of this and not have to use some of the systems that are here. But yeah, I loved that game. I've really loved that game.
Yeah,
apart from when I got stuck. I got stuck on that game a few times, but I loved it when I wasn't getting stuck.
Yeah. To be fair, like getting stuck in those kind of games isn't like a rarity. Like people get stuck in those kind of like puzzle mechanics, but it's like the good thing about
it for review.
When you're trying to get past it,
we didn't know what the fuck we were doing, so
we like message you like, have you got past this bit? Yeah. How did you do it? I don't. What was going on? But yeah, there was definitely like those games are built on like solving a puzzle and feeling good about it, and I think it did it really well. But yeah, I think it does feel weird about like just dropping this like a few months after the Lost Crown.
Completely bizarre to me.
I think that's what it is. It's very much like it doesn't give the Lost Crown. I don't think Lost Crown had a chance to breathe, as it were. I don't think it needed it. Like I think the time has passed on that game. But it does feel like they've just kind of gone like, all right, that's out. Let's get the next one out. And just it feels like they're churning them out rather than taking the time to kind of give them the chance they need to differentiate themselves. I think like maybe give it maybe a few more months on top of the early access release and like not announce it now. But then again, I guess maybe was this a case of because I know it leaked before it got announced.
Yeah. So
Was it announced because it leaked, or was the announcement already planned? Because I know the announcement was part of the AAA initiative showcase. So, and it was like the big end point on that. So I'm assuming more likely that it was planned for that and it just leaked because of that, rather than the other way around. But I don't know. It just feels not wrong or weird, or just like it's an interesting move to release it like a few months after.
Yeah. I don't know. Well, I guess we'll see, right? Very. We've got a couple of pieces of news to go through, boys. The first one I picked up was ex-Blizzard boss and ex-boss over at Xbox as well suggests that players should be able to tip developers of special games. This was from Mike Yerabara. You guys probably remember him from his time at Xbox. He come out saying that pretty much that has suggested that there should be a post-purchase tip feature that would let players give $10 or $20 extra to developers of special games. What do you think of this? It was more what I was interested in seeing. This is a former boss of, worked for Xbox for a long time and was the former Blizzard. What was he at Blizzard? I can't remember. President.
Yeah, President of Blizzard.
Former president at Blizzard as well. Matt, I want Matt to start. Matt, what do you think of this?
It's ridiculous. But I think it actually sort of highlights the deeper, more inherent problem with tipping culture in general, which is like if you are in a place where you are asking your customer to go above and beyond to make sure that your service staff are providing a level of quality that then encourages your customer to pay them directly for that level of quality, you're in like a fucked up industry, right? Like, and like that goes as far as coffee shops and restaurants for me. Like, I get it. We tip. I do tip. Trust me, everybody. I tip. I promise. I'm a good person.
I tip as well.
Yeah.
But it's an inherently fucked up thing to do because if you boil it down to its lowest common denominator, what you're saying is do you believe that somebody who makes coffee in a coffee shop or is a waiter at a restaurant deserves to live a decent life? If the answer is yes, and you think that restaurants and coffee shops should exist, then they should earn a livable wage and a good wage that doesn't require people to tip. If no, that thing shouldn't exist. Coffee shops shouldn't exist because working at one full time does not garner you a living wage, and therefore that thing can't exist. Guilting your customer into paying above and beyond. Anyway, this is almost a separate conversation. I'll stop myself. I think it's fucked up and ridiculous.
Okay.
Yeah. Yo, Mike, this shit already exists. It's called cosmetic DLC. If we want to give the developers more money, we'll buy things in the game.
Yeah, we don't have to. That doesn't go directly to the developers. It goes to the public.
Oh, you think this would if it exists? You think?
Hey,
Gary QA. No, but this is what I'm saying.
Don't fucking attack me because I'm the one reading out the article.
I'm coming for you.
This is Mike Yerabara.
All right, Mike. That's why I said Mike. All right, Mike. This is for Mike specifically. Mike, are you listening? Are you listening, Mike? This one's for you. Unless you are going to confirm that every dollar of that $10 I tip is going directly into the developer's pocket, you ain't getting a single goddamn penny extra out of me. Why would you bring the most egregious thing that has happened to the industries at large, like you say, service industry. The tipping culture is disgusting. That is basically you saying you are failing as a business when your staff have to rely on tips. If you are now telling me that the staff have to rely on tips to make a video game, you have failed as a video game publisher, as a CEO. How out of touch do you have to be to think a sign of a failing industry is a good thing to introduce?
We're seeing a lot of bosses, ex-bosses walk into a lot of landmines lately, aren't we? Obviously, we had Yves Galmont, obviously, with the quadruple A game when it comes to Skull and Bones.
I feel I feel so bad for the developers on that one as well.
I met the developers, spoke to them. Yep, me too.
And this is what it comes down to, right? It's like it feels out of touch. Like, look, I don't think that he said this thinking maliciously.
No, I agree.
Like, oh, this is a way for us to save money and help the little guy, but not really. Like, I think he probably said this thinking of it as a good way to help the little guy, but it's out of touch.
Mm-hmm. I think it's yeah, I think you hit the nail on the head, right? Like I'm again, I grew up, it's weird, like obviously I grew up very poor in my younger days. So like tipping to me was just like a rich person thing. Like that was, and again, remember, if you're listening from America, like we are free Brits, right? Tipping is not something that we do unless you go above and beyond. And even now I went to a steakhouse the other day. This one, you remember when I told you I went to steakhouse? Mm-hmm. They did the thing where the tip was 8, 10, 15, 20, and then the bottom one was custom.
Yeah.
And I was like, you fucking, I hate to say it, but you bitch, because now I feel
you feel bad
8 because I wasn't going to keep the custom and then go 0. And I should have, because the service was awful.
Yeah, well, yes, we should, because we pay a living wage, so we can do that. If we don't get the service we expect.
I paid it, and I was pissed. I said to Haley, I was so angry at myself.
Yeah, no,
I don't know if we do pay a living wage to everybody who is in that. Like, what is the current minimum wage in the UK? I don't think it's.
My sister works at a shoe store, and she makes, I think it's £11 an hour. She's 17. She makes good money.
The UK living wage.
Okay, but my point is, she's not paying rent somewhere, right? Or is she?
Yeah, but she's 17.
Sure, but there are probably other people who are not 17 in the exact same position earning the exact same amount at that shoe shop.
No, it'll be more than that, because it'll probably be around.
Is 18? Is there an upper limit?
There's
on
a jump
18,
at 18. There's a jump at 21. I think.
Yeah. So the national living wage is currently, I think, £8.60 for 18 to 20-year-olds in the UK.
There you go.
Let me just double check that before.
I mean, that sounds low. I think it went up from that. I think it went up to like.
So 16 to 17-year-olds, £6.40. 18 to 20 is £8.60. The national living wage for 21 and over is £11.44. So she's getting national living wage around that area, yeah.
And she's 17.
Yeah, so she's got a good one, but a lot of people don't get that. But the fact is, we do have by law a national living wage.
Do you remember how much you got paid for your first job?
Yes, I was fucking angry about it now.
Mm-hmm.
Go on.
Do we count my dad's shop or not?
Well, did he pay you? Probably not, right?
So no, I did. So I used to get paid £20 a day. I used to work the whole day. Let me do the.
Well, that must be like a 10-hour day. You're getting like £2 an hour.
Literally. Mm-hmm. So let me work it out. So what we saying? 20 divided by, let's call it 10 till 5. What's that? 9 hours, right?
8 hours. Yeah. 8.
So you got 7 hours because you got your lunch break, right? £2.85, £2.85.
Big money.
Is what I was getting paid at my dad's, and it went up to 25 after I threatened to quit.
Nice.
I said, you're taking me for a prick.
See what that is? That's collective bargaining right there.
And then I went to Clark's, where my sister works now. Same place, exactly, because my godmum's the manager.
Nice.
And my mum works there. She didn't work there when I worked there, but yeah. And I earned £4 an hour, and I thought I was rich at £4. Well, compared to I was getting the £2.85, bro, I thought I was rich, and I bought my PSP, and then I quit.
Yeah.
I remember going from £3.80 an hour to £4.20 an hour.
Yep.
And going like, holy shit, we're in the
shit.
big leagues now, kid.
Yeah.
I remember when I worked at Goals. Sorry to cut you up, Despawn. 2
No,
seconds.
go for
Like,
it.
I remember when I worked at Goals and we got a pay rise from like £5.85 to £6. And I was like, shit, baby. Oh, now we're in the money. Now we're in the money. And this
Now it's
one,
awesome.
that was just before I was in the industry. So that's nearly a decade ago. Crazy.
See, this I know you're
Sorry,
all
go on.
scrubs. I started straight out of high school on £6. It was the best £6 an hour.
Ooh.
To be fair, it was a really shit job where it broke my foot. So danger pay and all that.
Well, I wonder what I got at Argos. I don't remember. I used to work at Argos as well.
Yeah. I used to
What were
work
you doing
out
at Argos?
outdoors and stuff, and it was not great.
I used to work in the stockroom.
Yeah.
I used to work the counter sometimes, but very rarely. I used to work in the stockroom. I hated it.
Argos
worked-
is mad. Try and explain Argos to an American. Argos is a fucking wild shop.
Oh, Jesus, yeah. Argos is, imagine a Walmart, but you order everything from all. You can't see any of the items.
Nope, not
They're
allowed.
all out the back.
Yeah.
And then you put a number into a keypad.
You have a telephone-sized catalog that has every item that the shop has. You can't see any of them. You have to look at them in the catalog.
Yeah.
They all have a unique 12-digit number that you then either used to write on a slip of paper and then give to somebody. Now input into a machine like a McDonald's.
Now
sort
they're
of
gone.
chicken.
They're all
Yeah.
gone.
They're gone. They're gone entirely.
They are now joined with Sainsbury's.
It was like ordering something on Amazon at the Amazon warehouse and then waiting for somebody to give it to you.
And I was the guy giving it to you.
Yeah, it was basically, imagine ordering something from Amazon, yet you're the Amazon delivery driver because you've got to go pick it up and take it home.
Argos was a very British thing. I don't think
it
we
was.
crashed
It
back
was.
on the pod.
It was.
I'm
No,
just
no,
shame he
it
died.
was.
Just a shame he died.
Yeah, it's a shame he died. Bitch.
No, yeah, I've worked some real shitty jobs in my time, and
I think we all
I've
have.
deserved this last 10 years of being a content creator. It might be coming to an end. I'll be honest with you, boys. No, it definitely could be coming to an end. It could be. Things are shaky right now. Things are shaky. Not for like. I'm okay. I'm not trying to go on like a woe is me situation, but like I just feel like content creation, gaming, and stuff like that is all on a very decline right now.
It's a weird one, because everybody I see blowing up at this point is like Rainbow Six people. Like the two biggest people I've seen blow up in quick succession are Jinxie and I can't remember his name, but everybody's hey brother.
Oh, yeah, but he's not just Rainbow Six. That's the difference, right?
No, but didn't he blow up from getting on Rainbow Six with Jinxie? Isn't that where he's like?
No,
real,
I think
is it not?
You're on about Sketch is who he's talking
Sketch,
about.
yes, that is
but
who I'm talking
think
about.
about what you just said. Think about both those two people you just spoke about. Kids, they're young.
Yeah, they are young.
I'm now at that age where I can't. Despawn knows I don't deal well with these kids no more. Like they come in, we have no tolerance for it. Like we are such a 30-year-old live stream now. Of like we just want to enjoy our video games. Like, leave us the fuck alone.
You want to come hang out and enjoy the video game with us? Great. But yeah, you want to. Yeah. So
yeah,
crunch, get out,
man. And a lot of it's IRL content as well now and stuff like that. And it's like, yeah, man, it's hard. I'll be honest with you. I'm struggling. Like as a content creator, it's hard.
Yeah, it's really hard when it's all turning into IRL and you hate people. It's so weird. How do you do it?
Do you know what it is? It's not even just that though. It's the money side of it. Like I'd love to do IRL content. I think it would be fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Bro, every single day of the week, you've got to be able to afford to do stuff. So you've already got to be making enough money from subs to go outside and go to mini golf to afford the damn mini golf. Like, yeah, it's wild. It's absolutely wild. But yeah, content creation, gaming. I keep saying to Hayden, I'm like, we need to just hold in there, which has been my whole career, right? Like, do something really amazing, lull period. Go do something amazing, lull period. We're in that lull period right now for me, where I'm like, we just got to hold in there for that next game. I'm just waiting for that next game where something comes out and it's boom. All right, we're off to the races again. And right now, it just doesn't exist. It's like, can you survive until GTA 6 comes?
I was going to say, it feels like we talked about, I think, off air before the last podcast.
Yeah.
That like GTA 6 is going to make people's careers. And so can you position yourself in a way for that to happen?
So what you need to do,
put the work in.
yeah. So what you need to do is quit content creation for 6 months, go work at Shoe Locker or JD Sports or wherever exists nowadays.
Your bread.
Yeah, stack your bread, and then come back and just be like, have the best setup.
Yep.
You know, and there's just be the GTA streamer.
There is one good thing I think is proved though. It's like Sketch and Jinxie, I think like prove that the setup thing I don't really think matters.
No, I know.
Like they both have, or both at least started with pretty janky setups.
No, they still have terrible setups.
Yeah.
They abuse.
But that's
fair.
part of their character, right?
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, but they're not. It's weird because you get into this weird place of like I can't talk for other people. I can only talk for myself, right? Like I'm on the cusp of games industry and influencer.
Yeah.
And you get put in this, and Jinxie they are influencers.
Yeah.
They have nothing to do with games industry. They're not getting codes for fucking the latest whatever or whatever comes out, right? Like they do this. And obviously they're very good at it. Yeah, no, I'm just like waiting for that next game, man. And plus I've aged out, bro. Like it's so fucking hard to like, I feel like I'm in that weird place. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's strange. So strange. Content just weird. Very, very strange.
Like, I know this is like extra is very much like we talk about the video game stuff. I would love to sit down and have a proper like full in-depth conversation just about like the ins and outs of content creation.
Oh yeah.
And like how it works and all that, like how people's mindset is. Like I think that'd make a really cool conversation.
Yeah, they're out there. We could definitely do it though. We could definitely do it.
Stretch goal for 27th.
No, Jesus Christ. Last piece of news this week, UK games market grew 4.4% to 7.82 billion in 2023. This was taken from gamesindustry.biz, who do some amazing work. I always forget about using that website because they do great stuff. It breaks down like this though. Games consumer market is valued at 7.82 billion. That's up 4.4% year over year. Software sales are sitting at 5.18 billion, which is plus 4.1% year over year. Hardware sales 2.22 billion per year, sitting at 2.1 year over year. And revenue from film, TV, soundtracks, and based on games are sitting at 124 million, and that's on game IPs. So games industry, I know obviously we've seen layoffs galore. Games industry is still very healthy. Still probably, I don't have the exact numbers, but it probably by that numbers it looks like it's still bigger than film and music combined, which is crazy. And yeah, man, gaming as a whole is not going anywhere. Did see a stat as well actually that it was like games of the last 10 years of the games making money more than newer games. I don't know if you saw that as well.
No.
Yeah, I saw something that was like I can't remember the stat, but basically a lot of people are playing consistently 6-year-old games.
Yes, that was it. That's what I saw as well. So it's your Fortnite, it's your Call of Duty, Warzones, your Dota 2s, your League of Legends, your stuff like that, which is very, very interesting.
Yeah. I'm just doing a little bit of a lookup. So in 2023, the combined spend, were for the, that's a spend. Let me keep talking. Sorry. I'm looking at how much money, I was trying to look up how much money the movie and music industries made.
Gotcha.
But yeah, it looks like the spend was down last year.
That's just UK though, by the way. That's UK.
Yeah, I'm looking at a bit. Yeah, again, I'm looking at a bit Film Institute here to see what I can find.
The problem is like, and it kind of highlights again, like this industry has a bit of a problem in that, these are the headlines we're talking about where it's like record profits, everybody's laid off. In the same breath, right? And you just go like, how is this a functioning industry? And it does. And then, we look at this year and go, oh shit, there aren't many games coming out that I'm particularly interested in. Certainly not massive blockbuster games. And we go, well, fuck, maybe this is part of the symptom of the problem. Like we go in these waves of, next year where they're going to go, shit, we need to hire people so we can make some games so we can make some money again, and like, will it come in those waves? And is that just the way the industry works and goes? But, yeah, it sucks, man.
Yeah, it is. It's very, very interesting. It really is. Did you get any numbers for us, T-Spawn?
Looks like, I think, this is from 2022. It says there was a 97 billion in revenue.
Interesting.
So, yeah, who knows?
Yo,
Agree or disagree? It's your time.
Are we playing a disagree or just a little?
Yes,
Start
that what
over.
you just said.
Are we playing a agree or disagree?
We are.
Stumbled over it again. Bloody hell.
Yeah, we are.
Okay, let me have a look through my Rolodex of agree or disagrees.
Fuck your
Rolodex.
Check on
With
teletext.
like jingles and transitions for like these segments.
I'll be down. I mean, it's more work for me, but I'll be down.
Agree or disagree? Do you agree or disagree? Bah. Nailed it.
10 out of 10.
I know. Sorry, I thought you were gonna vamp. I'm trying to.
We can vamp.
You do, but you know, you gotta give me some. You gotta give me some direction here.
I mean, to be fair,
I'll
you
be
did
honest,
the
right?
jingle.
Look, we didn't talk about Fallout.
Oh, we didn't.
We talked a lot. We didn't talk about Fallout. And so
you want to talk about Fallout and know you agree or disagree this week, and we'll do ranking and we'll end there.
Oh, okay.
Okay, then let's talk Fallout.
I want to. Here's what I would want to do though: agree, disagree. I know people like it. I like agree, disagree. I hope other people like it too. Big Willie P has sent in a few corkers, and so they are on the list. Big Willie, I appreciate it. We will get to them at some point. But yeah, let's talk about Fallout TV show because it's out. Sure. Despawn and I have seen all. You've seen the first 2 episodes.
Yep.
I had a really interesting moment with it that I wanted to talk about.
Okay.
I was lucky enough to get invited to the influencer screening of it. I know.
You
in
bastard.
London.
I didn't get invited.
London,
I was very upset.
Television Centre.
Very upset.
Todd Howard was there.
Uncle Todd.
They recreated Vault 33.
Ooh.
They had the cornfield. We were in the vault and we watched on the first 2 episodes on this massive cinema screen about a week before it aired on Prime. And I was sat there enjoying it. And then the second episode started and I found myself checking my watch, thinking about the train I had to get home and all these things. And then having this like out of body experience moment of remembering myself at 14 years old playing Fallout 3, which I consider one of my favorite games of all time.
Yep.
Looking at the 29-year-old me not paying attention in the press screening premiere of this thing with Todd Howard popcorn throwing distance away. Yeah. What the fuck are you doing, Matt? This should be one of the highlights of your fucking life right now.
Yeah.
And I had this weird, like, out-of-body experience of going, like, we talked about it a little bit in the main podcast of, like, one of the reasons that I certainly got into this industry was, like, I want my games for free and early, and I want to go to these cool events and meet these cool people and do these things. And then kind of realizing, like, oh, actually, that's not a huge driver for me anymore in a weird way.
I'm with you. Hey, I got into this industry because of Kind of Funny. We all know that. Most people know that, you know. Like, I'm a big Kind of Funny fan. Obviously, that was like the dream to go work for them. And then obviously you have like your own set of little goals, right? Like, I think like first thing was always get free games. Like get sent games, not even get free games. Like get sent games early so I can produce content for those games and give my opinion on those games. That was the first thing. Then you, like you say, you evolve into like, I see people going to events. I'd love to go to an event, get invited to events. You start going to that, and it's like you tick that off.
Yeah.
And then the longer you're in the industry, the more you take it for granted, and the more you become jaded, I think is the best word for it. I always remember hearing IGN talk about, again, a huge IGN fan back in the day, right? Hearing them talk about what's it called? Fucking E3. E3's coming.
Yeah.
And like the dread that they were felt about having to do E3. And me being like, how fucking dare you?
Yeah.
How dare you speak about E3? E3 is the pinnacle of what we have, obviously, rest in peace. And like, I would give my left nut for E3. Like, how dare you? And then I've had those moments, Matt. I have had those moments where I am at whatever event it may be, and I've gone, I look at Hayden and go, should we go home? And she's like, and she's the one that checks me all the time. She's like, are you for real? It's like, do you understand how far you've come in 5 years? That you're one of the first people ever. I mean, I think the Xbox Series consoles was the big one for me, right? Like, you're one of the first people in the UK to have this system. People would be crying to have this, and you just like, yeah, I've got it, cool.
Yeah.
Like, you forget sometimes, man. You forget why you got into this. You forget why you work as hard as you do on the things you do. You forget that, you know, it's hard work.
But I think that's kind of what I realized in that moment is like, I'm grateful and appreciative for it, but it's not the thing that drives and motivates me anymore.
Yeah.
And that died off quicker than I thought. The thing that drives and motivates me now is working on these much bigger scale productions with like the team at Future Game Show. Like, you know, I was down in Eastbourne filming the post show that we ended up doing for the last showcase. And, you know, I'm directing a room of like 10 people and a crew and like this camera gear that like I barely even know how it works. But like that's what, and like that's the thing that gets me like pumped and really excited to do what I do now, more so than the big events and stuff. And I don't begrudge anybody who feels the opposite to that, right? And like really wants to go to those events. I totally get it. And I still get the FOMO of the opposite side of it, of looking at people doing BAFTAs coverage. And I went, fuck, we should have sent somebody to the BAFTAs. I should have gone to the BAFTAs.
Hey, if you want to send me, I'll do it.
Opportunity and decided not to do it for whatever. Like, sorry,
because you work 12 hours a day. I mean, I guess, I don't know. I'm a bit different. I think for me personally, I came in quite late into content creation. Like throughout my life, I feel like I'm always a bit late to the party when it comes to these things. But so like, I've not done that whole, like, I've not done the being invited to events yet. Like,
you've been to events. You came to an event with me.
Yeah, but like, I've not been like on the list, shall we say, like of like the go-to people. Yeah, no, we asked.
Remember?
Yeah, we asked. Yeah. But it was cool, and I love that. Like, I love going to those events. But like, again, I think I look at content creation differently into the, like, again, like a lot of people will be like, I want the free games. I want to do this. I want to do that. When it comes to me personally, I'm very much a case of like, I just want to make the best content ever.
Sure.
That I, not in the world, but like that I can do.
Well, you can.
Yeah. Because I'm great. It's fine. But no, like, I just like, when it comes to like editing, like I want to do the best edits I could do. I want us to make the best content as part of my Xbox and me and all the other stuff we do. And like, I'm very driven by that rather than it being about like, oh, like I need to be at this event. I need to be invited to this. I need this game. I need that game. Like, that's not my driver. And I think, I don't know if like, again, I guess it's maybe because I'm coming into this like at the time where like I'm quite settled in life in so much as like I've got a wife.
That's the big difference.
Yeah, I've got a wife. I've got a house. Like I've got a day job.
Mm-hmm.
But my driver is very much like I want, like when it comes to career side of it, like I want to make a career doing the things I love. So I want to do the best stuff that I do when I'm doing those things I love, rather than I need to tick these boxes of things that you can do as a creator. I just want to make the best creative stuff.
I think what surprised me, and like I'm sure you will experience this, is that like when you achieve that thing. So if like, correct me if I'm wrong, Despawn, for you at the moment, it's like become full-time video editor.
It's on the list of that and other things, but that's one of the main ones at the moment.
And stuff like that, right? Once
to be
you've
fair,
ticked
that's
it
not
once or twice, in the case of maybe like a Gamescom or whatever event it is you've got on your list, it's surprising to me how quickly then it's like ticked onto the next thing.
Yeah.
And I think the reason that the I'm more motivated or driven by the like directing the crew thing is that's new. That's scary. Can I do that? Oh, I don't know. Gamescom now, done 3 times. I can do that. I know what we're doing. I know my way around that convention center. That is not new or scary, and therefore not motivating or driving, even though I fully understand it's cool as fuck. 12-year-old me would have been so excited, blah, blah, blah. I'm so appreciative. I really am. But it's the same thing that drives everybody, right? You want to do the new, exciting, scary thing. And so,
I don't know if I agree that it drives everyone, but I do agree that it is what drives the better creators. When it's like, those are the kind of people that will go out and like, rather than be like, oh, I'm happy doing what I do and I'm good at what I do, so I'm just going to keep doing this and I'm good, because, it's good enough to do the great things. But when you get those creators who are very much like, all right, I've done this, I've nailed this, what can I do next? What is the next big unknown for me?
Right.
Those are the best kind of creators.
Now on the head, like the best creators are always the ones like that, and that's something that I learned this year that I dropped the ball this year. Like for me, like I got very comfortable in my Ubisoft contract, and cool. I've got that. It's steady money, and that's all I ever wanted, right? That was, you talk about things that you wanted in life, right? I've only ever wanted to be stable and do the things that I love. Playing video games, creating content, you know, all of that. And if I could make a living wage out of that, that is all I ever wanted. The other stuff is all bonuses. Like, and again, like the events are cool and stuff, but they don't pay your bills.
No.
But so to be able to like pay your bills off of the thing you love was like the best thing ever, forever. Like, you know, like you never feel like the people say, oh, you never feel like you're working. You do feel like you're working, I promise you. I bitched and moaned every morning about having to go to UB when I went to UB, but as soon as you get there, you're like, oh shit, I appreciate the position I'm in, you know? And yeah, no, I think you hit the nail on the head though, Matt, of like the ticking of the boxes, right? Like America, that was my big dream, bro. I'm going to America again this year now. Like, not to like poo-poo it, but like that's such a normal now.
Yeah.
And it's weird how quickly something scary and new becomes normal if you do it over and over. I'm like I say, going to events. I like literally you hit the nail on the head, like with the Fallout event. Like I've been to events where I'm like, holy shit, like this would have been Corey, 11, 12, 13-year-old Corey would have absolutely lost his shit.
Yeah.
But now I'm here, I'm like, cool. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we alluded to
the
it.
Call of Duty events, like going to COD events, like going to COD events, and there's every rapper ever. And, you know, like I say, I'm very, very lucky. I've met some of the coolest people, like working with P Money, right? Who's like someone I've listened to since I was like 12. Now it's nothing.
Yeah.
Like, you know, that's my friend. Nah, that's my friend. Like, we go to the Kung Fu Panda thing, and we're just like, yeah, cool. Gonna watch this film before everybody else, and then we're gonna go and play fucking Street Fighter. Like,
and get your ass handed to you.
Like,
Yeah,
could you imagine? 13-year-old Corey could never imagine that would happen.
Yeah.
But it's so normal, and it has to. And by the way, it has to become that. It has to become normal. Otherwise, you can't be like giddy fan.
You can't do your job
You're not there.
Yeah, because 9 times out of 10 you are doing a job there. It's not just you being there to look around going, oh, this is cool. Like you are doing a job. Like again, and a prime example for you would be the whole the Skull and Bones Ubisoft announcement when you did the launch stuff. Like you could be the giddy guy and like who's like, oh my god, I'm on a Ubisoft stream. This is so cool.
Yeah.
You have to work, and like I guess it's that kind of mindset that you have to be like from a different viewpoint. Like I've had these moments where like in music. Where back before like I got into content creation, I used to be a musician. I was a singer in a band, in a few bands, and like I've done things I never thought I would do as part of that band. And it's like, but you've got to, you can't just be like stand on stage and go, oh my god, what am I doing here? Hi guys, hi. Like you really have to be like the professional in those things. And it's like, I guess that's what changed. Like that kind of separates what makes a good creator or a good whatever creative it is that you're doing.
I just think you need to, or I need to be better about reminding myself of those moments after the fact and then having that giddy kid moment.
Yes.
Right. Of going like, or reminding people I work with or whatever it is, right? Like having people around you that remind you of that thing. Yeah. That go, yeah, Fix, you got a fucking song on Spotify that P Money's in and it's done this many streams. Like that's fucking 13-year-old you would have died.
Oh,
yes.
What I would say is have the giddy moment before and then go into it like, oh my god, I'm doing this. This is fucking awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I mean, after's really important, to be honest with you, because I do think there's a portion of, at least for me, of like, all right, I've done that, on to the next.
Yeah.
So you need to have that moment. And I said to Hayes said it to me all the time, like, just relax a second, just take it in, what you've just done or what's going on or whatever, you know, like there are some really cool things that you do in life. I'm sure anyone, you know, like doesn't have to just be content creation specific. I'm sure there's someone who bought their favorite car, you know, like enjoy that moment of buying that car, like enjoy driving that car, like whatever it may be, like enjoy it, because those moments disappear so quickly. It feels like.
I think regardless of what it is, you worked hard to get to that point, whether it be a content creation, whether it be buying a house or a car, like you worked hard to get to that moment. Take a second and enjoy it. Like, because like you say, there are moments in life that you can't enjoy. So revel the ones that you can.
Agreed. Agreed.
Absolutely.
Do you know?
Well, I very much derailed that conversation about Fallout.
I like it
It's
so
good,
much
isn't
it?
better
Love
though.
it.
So
Loved
much
it.
better. Fallout, very good. Yeah, good show.
Oh yeah, good show. You should watch it all. Yeah, you should finish watching it.
Yeah,
We'll talk about it more next week's extra, probably when Fix has finished it.
Probably, yeah, I will have finished it next week. Do you know what? We're not even going to do ranking every either. You know, we'll just end it on that topic. Boys, where can people find you?
Go to the My Xbox and Me Discord and let us know if you enjoyed that conversation. Maybe everybody hates us now because we're out of touch and
I think we were out
terrible.
of touch. You
I
think
think
so?
a lot of people want to kill me for not enjoying the
Nah.
Fallout premiere as much as I should have.
You
including myself.
recognized that you enjoyed it like
Exactly.
at the
No,
No, I
time.
did, and then I was able to like knock myself out of that and like be like, fucking hell, Matt, who cares if you get back at midnight? It's fine.
Tell him. You got to
But
breathe
yeah,
Todd Howard's air.
those sorts of inside baseball questions. Like we even mentioned it during the podcast at a different point of like, oh, we should do something where we have conversations about content and stuff like that. Let us know if that was horrendous to listen to, or you actually quite enjoyed that perspective on the industry and blah blah blah. And maybe we'll have more conversations like that.
Maybe. Despawn?
Hi. You can find me everywhere at Paul Despawn, where I will usually be posting some benign shit that I'm enjoying at that time. Very much at the moment, I am getting back into making video games myself.
I did see this.
And I am freaking loving it. Yeah. Because you know what to do when you don't have free time. Have even less free time. But no, I am very much enjoying myself
Something strange,
with that.
very strange. We have to talk about it.
Nah, we're good. We're good.
No,
What happened?
Do you not know what happened, Despawn?
Nope. What happened?
It sounded like a young woman screamed into your microphone.
Hello?
It was
It's still me.
completely bizarre.
Still me.
It sounded like you got possessed by a ghost.
Yeah, it sounded like something out of a horror movie or a horror movie.
I look forward to listening to that back on the edit.
Yeah, good luck with that one, my friend.
Yeah.
Good luck with that one. You can find me over at MC Fixer. You know, keep enjoying yourself. And yeah, we'll be back with more content next week. Don't forget, 12-hour stream on the 27th. If you're listening to this next week, make sure you're there. We'd appreciate it. Until next time, goodbye.